So today we're going to work towards one pose. So we're going to set a goal, figure out what we need to do to get there, and then work our way through that. So we're going to work up to crow, which is a pose where we learn to fly. We'll balance on our arms and get our feet off the ground. It can be scary to leave the safety of the ground, and so we're going to explore how to tell the difference between a safe, healthy challenge and one that isn't. So we'll evaluate how to best meet those challenges that are set before us and when to take a break, or what we call get off the bus. So we'll do some bus stops today. So bus stops are opportunities for us maybe not to go all the way toward our peak pose. So today we're going to work towards crow. But the progression from start to end doesn't have to end today. Sometimes we set goals and we can meet them in one day. Sometimes we set goals and we can meet them in a week. Sometimes it's a month. Sometimes it's a year. Sometimes it's 5 years. So depending on how big the goal is or how challenging it is or maybe how far away you are from it, it could take time. And just because we pause today and don't go all the way doesn't mean we're not going to go all the way one day. But it's also nice to know when you need to stop and rest. Rest is healthy and it's good, and you deserve it when you've been working hard. So we'll take some bus stops today. And in yoga, what that means is you can stop here. You can keep going and you can stop here. You can keep going and you can stop here. Kind of just like the bus that you take to school or around the city. You get off when you need to. Sometimes you need to ride the bus all the way to the end, and other times your stop is right around the corner. So this is another opportunity for you to listen to what your needs are, both physically, emotionally, and energetically. Like, how much energy do you have today? And be sweet to yourself, be a good friend to yourself, and don't push yourself further than you need to go today. You can always keep going tomorrow. Cool? So today's practice, we're going to start seated. And the props that you'll need today are that pillow that you used yesterday. This is the pillow that I used yesterday. And maybe something to lift the floor up to you. So that could be a chair in front of you, or yoga blocks, or soup cans underneath your hands, or big thick books underneath your hands too. So I'm going to use yoga blocks today. So when I say blocks, that means whatever support you have to lift the ground up to you. You ready? All right, let's go to our space and have a seat. So, let me get my other block over here off camera. See, it's a good friend. It's always there when I need it. All right, so find a seat that's nice and tall. You can sit crisscross applesauce if you like. You could sit with your feet together and your knees apart, or you could sit with your legs out long, whatever feels best to you. This is just an opportunity for us to bring ourselves into this moment and ground. So, find a long, tall spine, an open heart, and a strong core. Let your eyes look down toward the floor or close them. Bring your attention to your breath. Begin to welcome the experience and the sensations of breath. The rising and falling, filling and emptying, the expanding and the softening. And then begin to expand your attention or awareness to include the rest of your body. Your hips, your legs, your feet supported and heavy on the floor. Your back long, heart lifted, head tall. Feel your breath, your feet, your heartbeat. And let's set our intention today, or our goal, to just work towards our goal. To know that if we pause today, if we don't make it all the way to crow, that we're just pausing and we're not stopping. We're going to continue on until we meet the goals that we set for ourselves. If you need a few more moments to ground yourself into the moment, stay here. Or, when you are ready, make your way towards hands and knees. So if you'd like to bring a blanket or a pillow underneath your knees so that you have the luxury of padding, you can do that now. I'm going to bring a blanket underneath. We are going to be doing some work from hands and knees. So, from hands and knees, take a nice big full breath in, find length in the spine, strength in the belly, and then take your head away from the floor. Good. Take a nice big full breath in here. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin around your back to cat. Inhale, come back, tabletop. Exhale, round to cat. Good. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, cat. Inhale, tabletop. One last time. Round to cat. Inhale to table. Good job. Breathe in. Reach your right leg back, your left hand forward. Toes can touch down or be lifted up. How much challenge would you like? But meet the challenge with strength. Keep your belly strong. Big breath in. And then exhale, draw your elbow in towards your knee and your knee towards your chest. If you need more support here, just drop your hand knee to chest. Inhale, reach your leg back. Toes can touch down or stay lifted. Again, exhale, knee to chest or elbow to knee. Nice. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, elbow to knee or knee to nose. Inhale, reach long. Nice. Exhale, hands down. Good. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg long, right fingers forward. Exhale, elbow to knee or knee to nose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Reach long towards your goals. Exhale, pull in nice and strong. From that strength, inhale, reach long. Exhale, hands and knees. Good job. Now, you can stay in tabletop here, or tuck your toes, lift your hips, come to downward facing dog. Shake your head no wherever you are, knowing that you can always say no. And shake your head yes, knowing that there's also power in yes. Take a big breath in, lift your right leg, and then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. You can also do this with your left knee down. Exhale, knee to nose. Maybe lifting your hips here. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Let's do two more. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach back. Knee to nose, strong shoulders. Nice. Drop your left knee. Inhale, reach your right foot back. Exhale, hands and knees. Sink your hips back towards your heels for child's pose, or sit onto your heels. This is just sort of a resting pose. Feel the strength of your center, your belly button, your heart, the center of your throat. Big breath in. Full breath out. Let's keep going. So come back, hands and knees. Or you can come to downward facing dog. So I'm going to stay on hands and knees here for just the first one. So whichever one you're in, downward facing dog or hands and knees, face is lifting away from the floor. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Knowing when to say no is a superpower. Embrace it when you need it. Take a big breath in, lift your left leg long. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. Right knee up or down. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach your left leg back. Head up, strong belly. Exhale, maybe lift your right knee. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, knee up, either spine. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back, 2 more. Strong, powerful breath. Round, reach, good. Lift it up and back. Last time. Round it back. Drop your right knee, lengthen your left leg. Nice. Hands and knees. Child's pose or sit up. Big breath in. Full breath out. Soften your shoulders. Nice. Come up to a seat if you're not already there. Sweep your feet around in front. Bring your feet to the floor. Nice. So wherever you are, sit up tall with a long spine. So open heart, long spine, strong belly. Here's my dog again. She likes this pose. This pose is called boat. So feet are on the floor. Bring your hands behind your thigh. And then take a breath in and lift your heels off the floor. Good. Stay here or walk your feet closer towards your hips. You can keep your hands behind your thighs, keep your chest lifted and your low back long. So don't round here. Lengthen. Good. Stay here, maybe lift your right foot. Good. Stay here or maybe lift your left foot. Now wherever you are, stay strong in your belly, open in your heart, soft in your shoulders. You can keep your hands where they are or reach forward. If you really want to challenge yourself, lift your hands. That's a lot for me today. I'm going to come back here. If you're feeling a lot of sensation in the front of your hips, bring your hands to the outside of your knees and gently press inward. Good. Keep lifting up. Nice. Hold here. 3, 2, 1. So this is boat. Now we're going to go low boat. So lower down as low as you can. You can keep your hands on the back of your thighs. Keep your, whoop, there's a blanket under me. That's not helping. Keep your shoulder blades off the floor or you can reach. Nice. Stay here. 7, 6. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Oh. Feel the strength down your midline. From your hips to your belly. From your belly to the front of your ribs. The space in the center of your chest, the center of your throat, and the top of your head. Hugging that midline in when we're strong. Connecting to who we are at the core or the center of ourselves to find our strength and confidence. Now from here, bend your knees. Good, and I'm going to slide back down my mat so that my head's on it because I like the padding underneath my head. It feels better than the bare floor. So, bend your knees, plant your feet, and now cross your right leg on top of your left. So you're squeezing your legs together. So think almost like you'd sit crossed in a chair. Now, if this doesn't feel good, then you can always make this a little bit wider. Totally fine, but squeeze that center line just like we've been doing, hugging in. And then take your arms and take your right arm on top and your hands to your shoulders. Or the backs of your hands together. Or the palms of your hands together. So this is a bus stop. So you can stay here. You can get off the ride here. This is still a great stretch. We can still hug in, squeezing the elbows toward the center line. Or you can take the back of the hands together. This does a lot, especially on the stretch in the front of the shoulder. Or you can take the palms of your hands together. very pretzel-like. Wherever you are, squeeze your arms together, squeeze your legs together. Take a breath in, lift your knees and your feet, lift your elbows. Nice. Now, keep your hands and feet off the floor. Breathe in, reach back, elbows overhead, toes might even touch down. Exhale, elbow to knee, squeeze in. Good. Inhale, reach long. Keep your belly strong. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, squeeze in. Hold here. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Feet to the floor. Unwrap. Feet wide, knees together, or knees wide, feet together. Whichever feels best for you. Just 3 breaths to rest. Okay, let's do the other side. So bring your feet back in line with your hips. Cross your left leg on top of your right. Squeeze your legs together. So this might look really different for everybody, and that's fine. Whatever it looks like for you is great. So however this looks, and it could even be your ankle on your thigh or your calf on your thigh, but you're squeezing inward, hugging your inner thighs together. And then take your left arm on top of your right, hands to shoulders, elbows lifted, or back of the hands together or palms together. So don't ride the bus longer than you should. You're missing out on where you should be. So find the stop that's good for you. Lift your feet, lift your elbows. Take a big breath in, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee to nose. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, pull in. Nice. As you reach long, be strong in your belly. Lift your belly button toward the floor. Exhale, elbow to knee. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Whew, let it go. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. And then windshield wiper your knees side to side. They could go slow. They could go quick. Either's fine. Nice. Now bring your knees back to center. Heel to your feet in. And squeeze your feet together. Like really squeeze. Ankle to ankle, heel toward heel. Good. And then as much as you can, draw your heels or your toes towards your hips. Nice. Feel the strength in your belly. Pull your belly button and your low ribs back down toward the floor. Nice, really hugging into that center line. Hips, belly, heart, throat. Nice. Now take your arms and press the ceiling away so you have long elbows and your fingers are pulling back towards your nose. So it's like if your arms were long enough, your palms would reach the ceiling. And press up. So you're pressing the ceiling away, but keep that pressing up, but take the backs of your shoulders down. Good. Hug in. So pull the outside of your shoulders down in towards your armpits. Good. Keep pressing up toward the ceiling and then pull your knees in towards your chest. At the same time, you're pulling your toes towards your hips. Good. Stay here. Don't hold your breath. 3, 2, 1, let it go. Whew. That is so much work. But we're working towards something, which is a good motivator to keep going. So let's keep going. Arms up, palms press, elbows long, shoulders back toward the floor. So it's almost like your shoulders are back, but you're going to begin to arch your back. And then squeeze your toes towards your hips. Pull your knees in towards your hips. And then take your knees towards your arms and see if you can squeeze your knees toward the space between your armpits and your elbows. Hold here, but not your breath. 5, 4, guess what? This is crow. You've made it. You're doing it. 2, 1, let it go. Whew. Big breath in. Purse your lips, longer breath out. Using your tools, breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do one more. Big breath in. full breath out. So this is the shape of crow. Remember this shape because we're going to do it turned upside down. So press your arms up, press the ceiling away. But when we flip over, our hands are going to be on the floor. And you're going to pull your knees in towards your chest, squeeze your toes together towards your hips, and take your knees to the space between your armpits and your elbows. Hold here, but not your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Woo. Feet as wide as your mat. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Your hips can lift off the floor if that feels good. It can be as big a movement or as little a movement as you need. Okay. Are you ready? I am. Bring your feet back in line with your hips. Actually, let's just roll to your side. And then press yourself up to seated. Nice. Whew, here we go. So grab your pillow and bring it to the front of your mat. This is going to be like a landing pad if you need. Because when we do arm balances, when we do crow, there is the risk of falling on your face, which is scary. So the worst thing that can happen is that you fall on your face. And the best thing that can happen is that you fall on your face. Because let's face it, we all fall on our face at some point in time, either figuratively on our mat or literally out in the world. But we don't stay down. We're going to get back up and try again. So this is why the pillow's there. If you fall on your face, nice support, a little softness to catch you when you fall, like a good friend. I'm going to take my glasses off. So if you have glasses, this is a great time to take your glasses off too. And if you can't see me without your glasses on, just keep your glasses on. And then when we go into crow, take your glasses off because there is a risk of falling on your face. And the pillow is nice to catch you, but if you have glasses on, it really hurts when you fall on your face. So take your glasses off. Now, we're going to come into a squat. So the easiest way to do that is to stand up. I'm going to grab a block. You can use a book, again, a soup can, or even like a bucket that you have, and you might not need it. So stand up tall. Bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Point your toes out just a bit. And then begin to drop. Bend your knees and drop your hips down. So you can stay here. This is called Umpire Pose. Very similar to the chair variation we did on day 3. Or you can continue to bend your knees and bring your hips down. Now, some people can keep their heels grounded. And if I have a blanket underneath my heels or a pillow underneath my heels, sometimes I can do that. But my ankle bone just doesn't do that. So if you can bring your heels down, do it. If you need some support underneath your feet, do that. You can also bring a block and just sit down on it, or a book and sit on it. So what we want to do here is let our hips really flex. So pull the knees toward the chest, but instead of rounding here, lengthen up. So your heart's open. You could even bring your hands together, maybe wedge your elbows in between your knees, and then press your hands together to turn your knees out. The block is underneath because I need that support. Maybe you don't. That would be awesome if you don't, and it's awesome if you do. You do you. Lift your heart. Breathe out, soft jaw. Notice where you feel stretch. Breathe into those spaces of stretch to choose and create softness. Last breath in. Last breath out. Nice. Now from here, you're going to begin to bring your hands down to the floor and walk your feet in so that your feet are more in line with your hips. Hands down to the floor, knees either to the outside of your arms or the backs of your arms. Press into the floor, lift your heart away, squeeze your knees into your arms. This is the first bus stop. You can stop here. This is enough. This is the shape of crow, and you can stay right here. Another option is to begin to shift your weight into your hands. Pull your knees towards your arms. Lengthen your heart and maybe lift one foot off the floor. Pull that foot towards your hip. Again, this is the shape of crow. Bring your foot down. Rest. You can come back to squat to rest or just sit to rest. Take 3 breaths and rest. Okay, preparing for the other side. Again, if this is a good place to stay, stay here. All right? Shift your weight forward. Look slightly forward, as in life and yoga, where you look, you'll go. If you look down, you go down. So look slightly forward. And then maybe lift your left foot, pressing your knee into your arm. Nice. You can stay here or maybe play with lifting your right foot off the floor and flying. And you can fall back and you can fall forward because you have that pillow for you. So, that's crow. You want to try it again? Let's do it again. So, again, get off the bus where you need. This could be enough of a shape here. In fact, this could be enough of a shape. Maybe you're here. This is great. Any way that you're progressing towards your goal is good. Progression is great. We don't have to get there on the first try. Trust me, the first time you tried to walk, you fell flat on your behind, and now you're an excellent walker. So we just keep trying. We fall, we get up, we fall, we get up, and eventually we learn how to walk and how to fly. So let's give that flight one more try, okay? So, hands down. Shift your weight forward. Press your knees into your hands. You can lift your hips up if you need. You can even stand on a block here. If you need help to get your hips up and your knees above your elbows. Weight shifts into your hands. Press into your hands. Bend your elbows. Look forward slightly. You never have to get your feet off the ground yet, but maybe you lift one toe. Maybe all your toes. Press into your arms. Good. And then bring your feet to the floor. Wherever you are, move that block. Slide your pillow out. Bring your knees down to your mat. Shift your hips back, however it feels good on your knees, and walk your hands forward. You could even bring your pillow in if you like. And let your forehead rest down. You'll notice that the crow, the pose crow, is very energizing, very exciting to our bodies and our nervous systems. So use your breath, the tools that you have. Breathe in. Long breath out through pursed lips. Utilizing the tool of the longer breath out, the fold forward to calm yourself down. You can close your eyes if you like, or look gently off to the side or down. Keep breathing long breath out. Take as many breaths as you need here to slow your heart rate down, to slow your breath. What you're doing here is calming your nervous system, taking control, taking ownership of your experience. How do you feel? Finding ownership. Nice. Walk your hands back up and come to a seat. So, you may have noticed a couple things while working towards or practicing crow. You could have noticed like the thrill, the want to go. You could have also noticed like the sensation in your belly that's like, ooh, I don't want to do that. That's scary. All of these are great. It's good to notice when we have those sensations, when we have those feelings. Our body's really smart and it'll let us know what it thinks. So sometimes the challenge is healthy. Like crow can be a healthy challenge. But say right now, if you have a broken arm, this is not a healthy challenge. It's something that you shouldn't do. So consider carefully before going into a big challenge, whether it's healthy or it's an unhealthy risk. And hopefully today, this was a healthy challenge that you met in the way that was good for you. Let's rest. So roll down to your back. Grab that pillow. Bend your knees. Lengthen your neck. Press down into your feet. Lift your hips this time and slide your pillow underneath your hips, underneath the back of your hips. And then let your hips rest on that pillow. So this is a supported back bend in a different way than we've practiced before. So use your breath here to create the experience you need or take ownership of the experience you have. So on an inhale, lift your heart toward the ceiling. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders release down toward the floor. Good. Let your neck be long and your jaw be soft. Now you can stay here with the support underneath your hips. This is really nice. If you still need a more dynamic or a more active posture, you can begin to lift your hips any amount off the floor, making this a slightly deeper extension or back bend of your spine. Big breath in, full breath out. Wherever you are, take one more breath in. If your hips are lifted, gently bring them back down toward the floor. Everybody, inhale, lift your hips just enough to take your blanket or pillow out from under, and then nice and slow roll down to the floor. Good. Lengthen your left leg. Lift your right foot. Take your left hand to your right knee and your right hand off to the side. Keep your right shoulder heavy as you use your left hand to guide your knee away from your shoulder. Long stretch through the side from hip to waist to armpit. Big breath in. Full breath out. Bring your knee back to center. Foot to the floor. Switch sides. So lengthen your right leg. Lift your left knee. Take your left arm out to the side, right hand to your left knee. And then let your knee fall over the midline. So here's another great way to use your props as support. You could bring that pillow or blanket underneath and let your leg rest. Big breath in. Full breath out. Bring your knee back up to center. Bring your feet down to the floor. Hands down by your sides. And then you can decide how best you want to rest. Maybe you bring a blanket underneath your hips or that pillow underneath your head. I'm going to set up to talk you through rest, but I want to give you the opportunity to rest for a few minutes. So set yourself up. You can lie down on your back. You can lie on your belly. You can lie on your side. You've worked really hard today towards a really challenging goal of an arm balance of crow. You faced fears to get your feet up and bring your head close to the floor, and you deserve rest. So make yourself as comfortable as you can be wherever you are. And wherever you've chosen to be, allow the places on your body that are touching the floor to become a little heavier as you breathe out. And then allow the side of your body that is away from the floor to be a little lighter on your next in-breath. Bring your attention and your breath to the left side of your body now. Breathe into your left hip, leg, waist, shoulder, and arm. And then bring your awareness and your breath to your right side, your right leg and hip, waist and ribs, shoulder and arm. And then breathe into both sides together, breathing into your legs and your hip. Breathing into both sides of your waist and your ribs. Breathing into the shoulders and the arms. Having awareness of the left and the right sides together. And then bring your attention and your breath to your back body. Take 3 breaths to become aware of your back body. Back of the legs, hips, back, shoulders, and head. And then take 3 breaths to bring attention to the front of your body. Your shins, thighs, belly, chest, throat, and face. And then allow your attention and awareness to settle into both sides, front and back of your body together. Now imagine that your body is separated to upper and lower, waist above and waist below. Take 3 breaths into the bottom half of your body, becoming aware of the whole legs, calves, shins, and feet. And then take 3 breaths into the upper part of your body, belly, chest, back, shoulders, arms, and head. And then send your awareness to both the bottom and top parts of your body together. The front and the back of your body together. The left and the right sides of your body together. Your whole body, the wholeness of your body. Now take the biggest, deepest breath you've taken all day long. And a super satisfying breath out. Before you bring movement back into your body, notice how you feel in this moment. Any softness, any openness, any new awareness. Take that out of your yoga practice and back into your life, out into your world. Very gently bring movement to your fingers and toes. You might wiggle and bend. Gently rock your head side to side. And then moving really slowly in a way that is very sweet to yourself. You might roll to your side and then press yourself up to seated. And we've come to the end of our yoga journey together. I hope you've enjoyed this time in your practice, and I hope that you'll continue to notice your breath, to notice how you feel, to be yourself, to see yourself, and to be sweet to yourself. And I thank you so much for allowing me to share in this journey with you. The goodness, the worthiness that I have in me sees that worthiness, that goodness in you, recognizes that we are not the same, but we are equals. And so to you, I say, namaste. Thank you so much. Have a great day.